Hi guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. My name is Allie and I make vlogs, book related videos, tutorials, and I'm just here because I want to document my life and stuff. And I think that's going to be my new intro, and I think that that's pretty cool to have an intro, I guess. We're gonna put down the hair because I don't really like how this is looking right now. I need my water. So I'm really excited for this video. I have a lot of books and you probably already know what we're here for. I probably put it in the title of this video, but we are going to be going over my summer TBR. These are just some books that I want to read this summer. I do have to read 2 of these books because of summer reading for school. There are a lot of books and I don't expect to get through all of them. I'm totally not going to put that on myself, but I feel like I'm going to have a lot of free time this summer, and these are just some books that I am hoping to read. As you can see, my bookshelves are looking a little empty. There's a good amount missing right here. Most of these books on this shelf I've read, so I don't know. Literally every single book except for 2 on this shelf are out. I'm gonna pull this book out later, just as a reference, I guess. So before I show before I show any of these books, there are a couple things I would like to say. This is not an intro to an ad for a sponsor. I'm not sponsored by anyone. First things first, I'm just showing these alphabetically by author, not by title. I'm not showing it in the order that I want to read these. I'm probably just gonna pick and choose whatever I'm in the mood for, I guess. And then second on the list to go over, there are 2 categories. The first one is published books, and the second one is fan fiction. And if you're judging me for reading fan fiction, grow up, I guess. I'm a teenage girl. I feel like I should be expected to read fan fiction. And if you have never touched a piece of fan fiction in your life, then you're a liar. And I don't care what you say. Just, if you don't want to watch that part of the video, then click out after the published books, I guess. With that being said, we can go right into the book showing. And just as a reminder, this is being sold for money, I guess, by a paid author. I'm having a bit of trouble speaking right now because it is 11:37 at night and I was outside for 3 hours. I ran around my neighborhood a lot. I felt like I was gonna throw up, and then I walked another 2 miles after that. So that's why I'm kind of out of it, I guess. The first book, Call Me By Your Name, by Andre Aciman. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but we have Call Me By Your Name. Yeah, I have some tabs, but I stopped reading around 54% of the way through, and I want to finish reading it. It follows Elio, who is a 17-year-old boy, and his infatuation with Oliver, who is staying with his family at their summer home as an assistant to his father. And it follows their relationship and how it develops. And it's from Elio's perspective, and it's really interesting. But I kind of just stopped reading it because I only had time to read at school, and it was getting to parts where I felt like I could not read it in school because of the material. But a lot of people consider this a modern classic, and it is queer. I feel like that's kind of obvious, but I don't know what you think about this. The movie is really good. I really like the cinematography and the soundtrack. The soundtrack is absolutely amazing. That is what I have to say for this. So this is our first book. Okay. The next book I don't have, but it is How the Garcia Girls Lost Their Accent by Julia Alvarez. This is one of the books that I want to read for my summer reading. I don't really know what it's about, but from the title, I feel like it is about these Hispanic or Latino or Spanish girls losing their Spanish accent, and I feel like that's very, like, obvious. I don't know, I haven't even read the synopsis, but I feel like I could connect to it maybe, because I identify as Latino American, and I didn't grow up speaking Spanish, so I feel like I'm kind of missing that part of my culture, and I feel like if I read this, I could kind of see myself in it, but I don't know. My mom said that she has the book, so easy access, I guess, I don't know. I have been told by Goodreads that it is YA and like a coming adult fiction story, I guess. Next up, Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I don't know what this is about, but it's Jane Austen, and I've heard good things about her, and I know that she wrote Pride and Prejudice, which I've also heard good things about. I've never read a Jane Austen before. So I'm kind of excited to read this. From what Goodreads is telling me, it's a classic, which obviously all Jane Austen books are classics, but I was also told by Goodreads that it is a romance. That is what I have to say for that. Next up, Emma by Jane Austen. I really want to read this because of Jack Edwards. He says that it's really, really good. And so I kind of just want to see what that's about. You know, not much thought behind it, but the covers are interesting, I guess. The variations, except for like the weird ass one with like the cartoony girl in it and like just the word Emma repeated. Emma and Jane Austen repeatedly over it. I don't think that one's good at all. Next, First Time Caller by B.K. Morrison. This is about this daughter who goes onto like a love podcast to try to find someone for her single mother. And it becomes into like this whole thing, like this hunt for love for this mom. And she goes on the podcast and everything, and then she ends up like falling in love with like the host and everything, and this whole thing, this romance. Heard a lot of good things about it. The cover is so cute. I love it so much. Whenever I go to Target, I tell my mom like, yo, I want to read that so bad. I want to read it really badly. I don't have the physical copy of it though, so I guess that's rough. Next up, I got this book today. I am so excited for it, but I need a water break real quick. My throat is drying out. Can I get a drum roll, please? And I got the hardcover version. I love the hardcover version so much. Guys. It's Deep Cuts by Holly Brickley, and I'm so excited to read this. So what if I'm reading it because of Haley Pham? If I mispronounce your name, I'm sorry. If you're even watching this, hi, I love your videos so much. You are like the reason why I want to read books again. I'm so excited to read this. I have heard some things about it. I feel like the Goodreads review is kind of split in the middle. I haven't looked at it in a while. But it takes place in the year 2000, and it has to do with a lot of music, and I'm really, really excited to read this. So, I don't know. Also, it's like a contemporary romance, I think, and yeah, contemporary romance. Next, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. You probably know what this is about. I was reading this 2 years ago. DNF'd it just over halfway through. This summer, I really want to finish some books. So, I guess. I don't know. Next. Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Let me pull this tab up because I'm using one singular tab as a bookmark and it is disappearing. What? Whoa, didn't see that. I read this much. I have that much left. Page like 356. Yeah, so we got that. I don't have this with me right now, but it's The Bombshell by Daryl Farr. I started it just under a month ago. May Book of the Month. Actually, no, I started it just over a month ago for May Book of the Month, and I haven't finished it, and I want to finish it, I guess. Follows, I'm so sorry if there's any French people watching or any French speakers watching that know how to do a good accent. Séphardine. Yeah. Follows Séphardine, who's a politician's daughter. She gets kidnapped. This is all in the synopsis, so yeah. She gets kidnapped, and then she ends up being like the face of a revolution. Where I got to, something really sad happened, and to my favorite characters. There's only like 4 main characters in the story, but something bad happened, and I was like, whoa, I can't do this right now. I need to read something that I want to read. So I just stopped reading it. Next up, The Secret Garden. I have had this copy for years. I don't know how old this copy is. It's a Barnes & Noble Classics. But my mom read this to me, or she tried reading it to me. I don't think anything stuck. I loved the movie so much. I don't know where to watch it anymore, but it's one of my favorite movies, and it's still one of my favorite movies. And so this summer I want to read some more classics, and you'll see that a bit later towards like the very end, but I want to read this, and pretty sure it's meant for children. Yeah, like I said, it's now 11:50 at night, so if I'm like really loopy or whatever, pay no attention to it, just pay no attention to it. I think I'm gonna reread the first book in this trilogy and then read the next 2. It's The Summer I Turned Pretty series by Jenny Han. Oh fuck, what? Okay, we're not gonna worry about this now. I read the first book. Did anything stick? No, not at all. So since the new season is gonna come out soon, I figured why not? Why don't I just reread this whole thing? And the books aren't that long either. They're like 200 something pages. So I don't know, that's pretty good. The only thing I don't like about these copies, they're all different heights. The middle book is shortest, this is the tallest, this is middle. I really dislike that they're all different heights. The Summer I Turned Pretty is YA romance. Follows Belly, who is Korean American, and the Fisher brothers, Conrad and Jeremiah. Okay, I don't want to hear what team you're on. I really couldn't care less. Sorry if that is kind of mean. I just think the debate about what brother is so stupid. Like, you know, like, say it in the comments down below, but I'm not saying mine because I don't want to be harassed, okay? Because honestly, like, me personally, I'm not talking about Belly's perspective at all, okay? Me personally, I like Steven, okay? I need to see more Steven edits, okay? I don't care about Conrad or Jeremiah. I really like Steven, okay? And that's my point of view. But this is YA romance with a love triangle. So, yeah, I guess. I don't know. This is To All the Boys I Loved Before. This second book. P.S. I Still Love You. Also by Jenny Han. I DNF'd this over a year ago. I have this much left. It's about 50 pages. I just said that, but I'm repeating myself. I love the movies so much. They're so, like, near and dear to my heart. XO Kitty is so absurd. I really don't understand it. If anyone says, though, like, bro, why is Kitty a bisexual? Like, why are they forcing bisexuality on her? Dude, let's be for real. I knew something was up the minute I saw her wearing a suit to that wedding. Okay, so who was surprised there? Okay, if you're surprised, you need to get a better gaydar, I guess. I don't know. Next up, we have the last book in the To All the Boys series. The To All the Boys series is YA romance. This book specifically is a love triangle, though. Wait a minute. Okay, you know what the fuck I don't like about the movies? In the first movie, John Ambrose. In the movie, we see him sitting at the Model UN table. He looks Asian. He is, dark, straight, short hair, okay? His skin is pale, okay? He looks Asian. At the end of the first movie, this is a deleted scene, bro shows up, blonde, blue eyes. What? And then, as we all know, us who have watched the movies, John Ambrose is Jordan Fisher. That's his name, right? Let me look it up. Yeah, Jordan fucking Fisher is a black man, okay? What the fuck are these inconsistencies? You can't get one character correct? It's not that hard, okay? Like, if you're gonna delete that scene at the end of the first movie, then refilm the one at the beginning of the first movie, okay? It doesn't make any sense to me, and it genuinely pisses me off whenever I watch the movies, okay? This one, third book in the trilogy, YA romance. I don't know what else to say to that, okay? Next one, The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. I want to know what's up with Ponyboy, because I don't know what's up with Ponyboy, and I want to be included on it, you know? I don't know if it's a classic or a modern classic. I don't know which one it's considered. I would assume modern classic or more modern classic. I don't know. I have no clue, okay? But I've heard good things about this. I know, what is his name? Karate Kid's in the movie. That's what I'm gonna say. I forgot his name. Next up is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I don't have a physical copy of this one. I don't know what's up with this. I think it's a contemporary romance. Enemies to lovers. That's what I have written down on my script. You know, that's it. I also want to read Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which is also a contemporary romance, enemies to lovers. So, don't know what's up with that. Next up, The Summer We Ran by Audrey Ingram. This was my June book of the month. I have not picked it up at all yet. I think it's a second chance romance. I'm not entirely sure about that, so don't quote me on it. But it's contemporary, I think. They are running for... Okay, wait, hold on. They dated in high school, and then they break up, and then they meet years later running for governor of, like, the state of Virginia or something. Yeah, state of Virginia. I don't know if it's second chance, actually, but it's, like, political and stuff. I don't really know how that's gonna play out, for me at least. I don't know what I might do, actually. It's whatever. I don't know. Whatever happens, happens. Like I said, I don't expect to read all of these books. In the summer, at least. I would like to clarify that real quick. I'm currently reading As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson. It's the last book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. I need to see how this next book is. Yeah, so I'm currently reading this. I think I'm either 70 something or 80 something of the way through this, but I'm not entirely sure. I've been listening to it on an audiobook, and it's pretty good. I've been listening to it on 1.25 speed because it's 14 hours long, and I was not about to do that, even though it's been almost a week. But this is what I'm currently reading. Next, I have The Reappearance of Rachel Price, also by Holly Jackson. This is a standalone, I'm pretty sure. I assume Rachel Price is an actress. I don't know. I kind of just got it because it's Holly Jackson, and I read A Good Girl's Guide to Murder in 6th grade, and then I read Good Girl, Bad Blood towards the beginning of this year. This school year, I should say. So around like September, October, November. I don't know. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder was actually the first book I read in middle school. So I think that that's kind of interesting, you know. Started the series in middle school. Ended it at the end, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. It makes sense in my brain. For 12:01 a.m. Look at that. I did it. It's my first time staying up till 12 in one day. Circe by Madeline Miller. Hopefully I have this video posted by the time I post this. It's probably not going to turn out like that, is it? It's fine. I don't know. But I read Song of Achilles. I got that book for my birthday, as you may or may not have seen. Go watch my birthday vlog. I had a lot of fun filming it because it was my birthday. But this is like life story, okay? How does it start? Yeah, it starts at her birth. I don't know when it ends, probably. I don't know if she dies. It's Circe. Does a daughter of gods die? She's a half god. But it's like a retelling of Circe. I don't know where the first telling is, but I don't know. I've had this for a while. I've had it since April. I got it the same day as Call Me By Your Name, but I've been in the mood to read it, but I haven't took any action on that yet, I guess. I don't know. I got pretty accustomed to Madeline Miller's writing with Song of Achilles right here. So I'm probably going to be more ready to read this after school ends. Next, we have Daisy Jones and the Sixth by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. I forgot who it was, like their channel name and everything, but they read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I have here, and they also read Daisy Jones and the Sixth, and they said it was really, really good, and I want to read it. I want to get into more Taylor Jenkins Reid. You know, I also want to read Carrie Soto Is Back. I don't know about Malibu Rising. I do want to read Carrie Soto is Back, and I assume it's about tennis from what I've seen on the cover. Currently also listening to, as an audiobook, The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. Me, listening to the Percy Jackson series was also kind of like The Outsiders in the sense that I want to know who Piper and Jason are. Okay? I don't know who they are, but I want to, and I think that that's the deciding factor, you know? In the books, there's a lot more about Talia than in the movies or the series. I don't know, it's been a long time since I've watched the series, but I'm also gonna read The Titan's Curse because I already have that loaned to me right now, and it took me a while to get The Sea of Monsters and The Titan's Curse in my library possession. I don't know when Piper shows up, but I've decided I'm just gonna read, listen to the whole thing. I don't know, guys. It's 12:05 now. Okay, next up, Normal People by Sally Rooney. It follows, I think her name is Marinette and Connell. I'm pretty sure they live in Ireland. Connell is like popular, jock, oh yeah, poor, question mark. Marinette is rich, lonely. I don't know if she's lonely, but she's alone a lot. And they have kind of like a secret romance in high school. Then they go to college and roles are reversed. Marinette is flourishing and everything, living her life. Connell is not doing so good. That's what I know from the internet. I have only read 2 chapters, and that was on like Google Preview. I really want to get the UK red cover. I think the UK green cover. I don't like that shade of green. I think it's like chartreuse. Next up, this is another book I got today. The Picture of Dorian Gray. I love Ben Barnes, as you might see later if you know what I'm on about. I've heard a lot of things about this and I'm really interested in it, and I want to read it, I guess. I don't know. God damn it. I'm actually saying this, but Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I got Iron Flame. I got Fourth Wing and Iron Flame over a year ago, and I didn't make it past like page 54. Page 54 is still kind of, whoa, what did I say? Bro, I cannot be saying this. Okay, I made it around page 60, but that was over a year ago. Okay, but I have Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm. But I also have the Barnes & Noble exclusive, so it has sprayed edges and everything, and I really like these sprayed edges. I really do. I have a weird thing with sprayed edges because I like them on hardcovers, but not paperbacks. Do not give me a paperback with sprayed edges. I will feel attacked. We're moving on to the fix. Before I start this category, I would like to say that selling fanfiction is illegal. So you're gonna see physical versions of fanfiction, and those versions are things that I made. Okay, I made them with my own 2 hands. I printed them out with my printer. I made them. So I am not being paid. And if you are buying fanfiction, that is really bad and unethical because the authors aren't getting paid to, they're not being paid to create these like amazing stories because it's somebody else's characters. So if you're getting it gifted for free, that's totally fine because it's for free. And if you're gifting it, then that is also fine because it's totally free, but do not charge for it. Or don't pay for it, you know. I am either going to post one or it's already up. I'm going to post a tutorial on how to bind these things. And also rebind books. Like, shameless plug, I guess. I rebinded this copy of The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo into a hardcover. And you can learn how to do that too. Just click on my page, I guess. Unless it's not up yet, then check back in a bit. I don't know. First up, not these. This is kind of not in order, but also in order at the same time. I don't know. Don't pay any attention to it. Crimson Rivers by Bizarre Stars. Jegulus, Hunger Games. It's not Hunger Games fanfiction, it's Hunger Games AU. I'd like to specify that. By the way, if you're asking me who I prefer in the Hunger Games, I would totally answer that. I do not like Gale at all. Okay, so I prefer Peeta. For Katniss, that is. But overall, I prefer Finnick for myself. You know, like, please hand me a Finnick edit as long as it doesn't include the clip of him falling into the mutts. Let me know your favorite Finnick editors. Okay, please. Thank you. Next, we have Intermission. This is literally, like, there's nothing on this, but this is Intermission by Bizarre Stars. And it is Rose Killer's story from Just Lovers, like we were supposed to be. Okay, this was really good. Okay, fake dating Jegulus. Really liked this. I read it in, I don't know how long. This is Rose Killer's story, and I should really read it because I love a good Rose Killer, okay? I love it so much. One of my favorite chapter endnotes says, I love Rose Killer, and then it said, you love Rose Killer too. Like, yes, I do love Rose Killer, and I really like that you know that. Okay, next, Best Friend's Brother by, take a wild guess, Bizarre Stars. Okay, that is so crazy. Who would have guessed? Best Friend's Brother, Jegulus, Wolfstar, Platonic Moonwater, Platonic Prongs Foot, okay. I have read good amount. I don't know how many chapters, but I've read a good amount, like I just said. Really like where it is so far. So, Sirius is an artist. Regulus is training to be a chef. He does barista work with Remus. Remus training to be a teacher. James training to be a psychologist, I think. Yay! I love them. Okay. Tender Curiosities Baby by OTRTBS. This is Rose Killer's story from Art Heist Baby. I read most of this already, but I still have good amount to go through. So this is another thing that I want to finish. All the Young Dudes till the end. I read this much of that, and I still have this to read. DNF'd this. Favorite year of ATYD? 5th. Have you ever kissed anyone? It's not as scary as you think. Second favorite year? 6th. That Christmas break? That was really crazy, bro. I think you should slow down a bit, okay? I am going to read ATYD Sirius's perspective, okay? I want to know what was going through that man's head, okay? Have you ever kissed anyone? It's really not as scary as you think. And then bro's literally kissing Mary, like 2 seconds later, okay? What was going on in your head during the prank, okay? What else is there? Like, how did you turn into a dog? Turn into a dog. Okay, how did you react when he came back 4th year and those dogs? Okay, please. I want to know. I want to know. I'm nosy like that. Azkaban. Bro. Okay, next. Pink Lemonade. Jegulus. Fanfic. Okay, I already like low-key read half of it. So I was making a typeset. And I had to italicize like a ton of words, and so I kind of read it. But I also didn't because I never finished the typeset. I'm excited for it. Of His Bones. Pretty sure that's by Messer Moon. All I know about is that it's Jegulus. One of the two that I'm about to say. So, what? Yeah, all I know of His Bones is Jegulus. And then Only the Brave by Sol Musa, I think? I don't know. One of those two is Pirate Jegulus, but I don't know which one. I think it's Only the Brave. But then, like, what is Of His Bones about? I have no clue. Why don't we figure it out right now, okay? I will take the suffering from you. Oh, Of His Bones is Pirate. I need to look up Only the Brave now. Huh. Okay, so after doing further research in like basic search function on AO3, Of His Bones is Pirate. Only the Brave is non-canon compliant war. The Cadence of Part-Time Poets by Motswallow, I think. I was actually binding this for one of my friends so that she could read it at school. Yes, I do in fact do that, okay? Like, don't come for me. I don't want to hear it. Very, very long fic. Okay, over 900 words. Wolfstar, Jelly, Band, takes place in the 70s. There's gonna be a part 2, and it's already over 900,000 words. That's a lot, bro. That is a lot. Okay, but I am willing to do it. Next, The Way Out. Second fic in All My Cards Are Here series. It's by like Hey One. I read Amka about a month ago, and I've been telling the Cadence friend that I'm going to read it. I'm probably gonna read it all tomorrow just to make her happy, I guess. Yeah. All I want to get to is the part 4, Memories by Conan Gray. I love that song so much. It's one of my favorite Crash Out songs. So good. Okay, next up, Along the Way There Was Some Invisible String Tying You to Me by Chloe Davenport. Spider-Man, AU, Jegulus, Wolfstar, Remus is Deadpool, James is Spider-Man. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Writing is kind of confusing, but it's pretty good so far, and I think I'm gonna stick around and read it. Pathological People Pleaser. I was also making a typeset for this, but I just kind of gave up on it because I was just really bored with everything in my life. But I really want to read it. I've heard a lot of things about it, how it's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. So, thank you for watching this video. Thanks for watching me talk about books and fics I want to read. Really appreciate it. My throat is really dry now. I'm filming this outro at 12:24 a.m. on Sunday, June 22nd. Now it's June 22nd. It was June 21st, 24 minutes ago. Or 25 minutes ago. I will see you guys in the next one, hopefully. Maybe you should stick around. Maybe you should subscribe, comment, like, turn on post notifications. Damn, you can see my eye bags now. This recording is just over 52 minutes long. Probably not going to be that long after editing. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Follow me on Instagram right here. Follow me on TikTok right here. I will post like in a month. Bye guys.